Sell Your Car UK is back and delighted to offer for sale this absolutely gorgeous Fiat 500 1.2 Lounge. Although really with those Italian stripes it should be a Fiat 500 1.2 Sala, which is Italian for lounge. Sorry if I've offended all my Italian viewers. It just needs this. Look at those gorgeous little stripes. I'm going to zoom in. I don't normally zoom. Look at those. It's a really nice touch, that. It's a fabulous base coat of actual proper white, not cream or off-white. That is a real solid white, very similar to the white of the Italian flag. And you've got that gorgeous graphic going down the side. What you're looking at here is a 2010, first registered in October 2010, coming on a 60 plate, as I say, Fiat 500 1.2 Lounge. The Lounge means it's got the alloy wheels, colour-coded wing mirrors, chrome trim, full panoramic glass roof. This one's also got the Bluetooth Blue and Me Microsoft system, which also includes the Eco Drive. It's got electric windows, air conditioning, if I haven't already mentioned that, and electric mirrors as well, with an MP3 CD player. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's done just over 41,000 miles, is on its second keeper. It's coming in fabulous condition, both cosmetically, as we'll see as we go all the way around the car in this video, and also mechanically, driving absolutely perfectly with no issues whatsoever. Good tyres, good brakes, good suspension, good steering. The interior is in lovely condition. The service history is exemplary. We'll take you through that. It's not all full Fiat history, but it has got a full service history, last serviced only in February of this year. And it really is absolutely lovely. Let's get up close and personal with it, and then you can see exactly what you're going to come down to buy. We might even save you the hassle and the journey. So we're going to start off right here at the front of the car. It's going to be difficult with my shadow. I don't want to get a big shadowy image into this video. So first thing we're just looking at here are the corners on this front bumper. You can see there's no scuffs, there's no scrapes or damage. Those lights as well are in great condition, no condensation, no dead spiders. The chrome's looking good as well, all in good nick, and likewise as well all the trim that you can see here in the video, there's no damage. It really is in great condition. Carrying on round the bumper, again try and get my shadow out of the way. Looking at this side, same story, good condition. Lights too. Chrome, really is just lovely. Front grille as well. It's going to be tricky with my shadow, so I might actually do a zoom. I'm not a fan of zooming, but nevertheless, just showing you. It's all in great condition here. Oh, it's not even working with the zoom. Okay, well, let's get in there. There you go. You can see for yourself now. Lovely chrome. Sometimes you get a bit of that patina coming off the chrome. You get bubbling. Not the case here at all. Now the bonnet, there's a couple of little stone chips. I think you'd expect that for the kind of car this is. It does pick up stone chips. There's even one rather randomly. Here you go. I'll keep my shadow there actually, and you can see that for yourself. Little one just there. Then you've also got a couple of others. And being very fussy, you know, we're not going to respray a whole bonnet. I don't think it would work very well either on a white car. Kind of would need to do the wings as well, maybe even the bumper, blend it all in, otherwise you will get a bit of a paint mismatch. And to be quite frank, if I hadn't have shown you these, you'd probably never have noticed them. And if I step back from the car, you'll see that they all just vanish into insignificance. That stone chip is moving. That's a moving stone chip right there. Oh, yeah, it's actually a fly. Thank you. Stop trying to make the car look like it's got more stone chips. So that's a lovely looking front of the car. Let's carry on down the side. Now, we're going to first of all start here at the passenger side. I'm just going to do this. It's tricky to really do it well actually right now because of the light, but if I just do a bounce like this up and down the car, have a look all the way down the side of the car. Take your time. Really study that. Now you might be able to see there is a tiny dimple dent. I will show it to you, but what you're looking at here is a really beautiful reflection. Great paint. It's all the original paint. It's not had any bodywork done to it. certainly not in the current keeper's ownership, which is since 2013, and we haven't done any paintwork to it to get it on sale. It's just come to us in lovely condition, but it has got a couple of dimple dents, which we can sort out. It's not the end of the world. Showing you the alloy wheel here, some scuffs to it. You can refurb alloy wheels quite easily. These tightly spoked ones, where the spokes are very close together, I would recommend going for a powder coat refurb rather than a spray job, just because that way you're going to get a really nice finish with no drips. You've got plenty of life left in the tyres. The car had 2 new tyres about 6,000 miles ago, so there's loads of life left in them, both of those on the front. Carrying on down the side of the car, you can see the wing mirror housings are in good condition, no cracks or scuffs. Now here's where I get very fussy. So there's the little dimple dent I was telling you about. I'll try and show that as best I can in the video. Can you see the little ripple? You can just see that little dot there. I'm being very fussy, but I want to show you this because I don't want you wasting your time. I don't want you to be disappointed. If you're coming down to see the car, you know exactly what you're coming to see. There's another little dimple dent just here, and you can actually see a small mark in the paint with it as well. There it is. But again, sorry to repeat myself, if you step back from the car, those just vanish. You've really got to know to look for them, and indeed you probably didn't even see them until I actually really went up close and personal and showed it to you. Not the end of the world, they can be sorted out. I love these stripes. Really nice touch that. You've got the chrome handles, chrome surround on the windows. And then if I just look up here, I'll show you, you've got the full panoramic glass roof, which has got a blind on it as well, so you can shut that, and that's a UV protecting glass. Talking of glass, the windscreen's in good condition, there's no chips. And now let's carry on around the car. Looking here at the rear wheel, similar story to that at the front, a little bit of curbing marks to it. Not quite as bad as that front corner. Centre caps on all 4 wheels are in good condition, they won't need replacing at all. Sometimes I see them with the patina coming off, usually down to people taking their cars to hand car washes, and the chemicals and the acid that they spray on your wheels to clean them up will damage those centre caps. So it's nice to see these are all in good working order. Loads of life in these tyres, you can see for yourself. Huge amounts of trim and very nicely evenly spread wear. The alignment, as I say, everything on this car is perfect, but just to reinforce that, the alignment is spot on. Tracking is all good as well. So right, we're now at the back of the car. Let's have a look at this rear bumper, and you can see for yourself, really good condition. Again, you can see the reflection here of my funky shoes in that. So it's, well, just about actually, but it's coming in lovely condition. There's no scrapes or scratches. You can see the paint match is absolutely factory. Never had a resprayed bumper. Rear lights doing lovely, no cracks, no condensation, and no dead spiders. This rear of the car is notorious for picking up tar. It just acts as an absolute gatherer of spray if you're driving in the wet. We've had this rear of the car fully polished, so you can see a reflection there just about anyway. So yes, we've had this looking fabulous. You'll often find little dots going all the way along here. Not the case at all on this example. It's in lovely condition. Chrome again, all fabulous. Badge too. And as I say, have a look. If you're looking at other models, you may see that those have got the patina coming off. While I'm here as well, just to bring your attention back to the sides, with this lovely stripe, you do sometimes get like a sill plate, a side plate that goes along the side of the car, just as an added form of protection. This car doesn't have it. Some love it, some don't. If you want it, it can be put on. It's not a factory fitted option. It can be put on aftermarket from any good body shop, and we can help you with that. So if we had it and you didn't want it, we could take it off. If we don't have it and you want it, we can put it on. But to be honest, why bother? This is the original car. It looks fabulous, but I just wanted to highlight that. Round the back here, continuing on the bumper, there's no dents, there's no dings, there's no cracks, there's no scrapes. It's all coming in absolutely lovely condition. The chrome is good. There is a small bit of marking on it. I'll just show you that as we go along it. You can now, as you see, my funky shoes. But we just come here to this little area here where the towing eye would go. and you can just see here, I'll just point to it, this little line here where it's just bubbling up underneath. Nothing you can do about that, unfortunately, unless you want to replace the whole trim. Why am I showing you this? Because I want you to see exactly the condition of this car. I don't want you to have any surprises, especially nasty ones, if you're coming down to view it. But really, if you didn't know it was there, you'd never notice it. I'm only telling you because, as I say, I don't want you to get any shocks. Having a look at this corner now, immaculate. Lights too. And now we're going to look down the driver's side of the car, and I'll just step back quickly so that you can see for yourself, and we'll just do that bounce again, have a look all the way down the car. And again, you may have noticed already a little ding on the door. I'll show you that. And there's also another little ding, very, very small, on the wing, on the wheel arch. So let's come and have a look at those. First of all, I'll just show you the wheel. This side, obviously not the side that gets parked against the curb very often, because this wheel is immaculate. Oh, I say immaculate, that's a bit unfair. It has got a little mark just there, and a couple of little marks just over there as well. Wouldn't need to refurb this at all. And that centre cap in great condition. To show you the tyres. It's very hard with these alloys to show you the brakes, but the car has been inspected. The car was only serviced in February and actually did come with 2 new pads in February. They were picked up as advisories on the MOT, and the owner very fastidiously changed those pads, even though they were an advisory, not a fail. But that's very nice of them to do so, and very sensible as well. So you've got loads of life in the brakes, loads of life in the tyres, and I just want to show you here that tiny little ding. Is it even going to show up in the video? Let's have a look. So it's just here where my finger is, and you can barely make that out. I'm too fussy for my own good, really, aren't I? But I want to show you that. I don't want there to be any surprises, and as I say, especially nasty ones. Carrying on down the side of the car, there's a ding here on the door, just point to that as well. And so you can just see as I move up and down, that might be bouncing around. Very, very tiny, can be rectified. These are what's called a paintless dent repair that's required, so you don't need to respray areas of the car. It's just simply a case of getting a professional who knows what they're doing. We know a fair few who can get that taken out of the car. We've priced the car accordingly though, so if you want to get that work done, then you can do so in your budget, I hope. And if not, don't worry about it. No one will ever know it's there, no one will ever notice it. Indeed, you're probably struggling to even see it in this video, and it looks probably worse in the video than it does in real life. The other thing as well worth mentioning is that it's probably going to happen again, the way that car parks are set up. This is a stone chip that's moving, otherwise known as a fly. Get off my car. Another wing mirror housing in great condition. And the rest of the car is in fabulous condition. The thing to know here is it's all original paint. There's no scratches, there's no dents. Those are dings, or dimples as I call them, and those can be easily sorted out. You don't need to replace any panels. You certainly don't need to do any paintwork to the car. It's really lovely. And if you wanted to be extra specially lovely, then you could get these wheels refurbed, as I mentioned. But again, very likely that it's going to occur again. So that's entirely up to yourself. A couple of little marks on this wheel, as you see as I go around it. But that first wheel I showed you was without question the worst offender on the car. Showing you the tyre tread as well on this one. And there we have it. That brings us very nicely back to where it all began. Now let's have a look inside the car. It's coming with 2 keys. One of them looks like this. You push the little Fiat badge, key pops up, and you've got these little buttons here. Hard to show you in the sunlight, but the buttons are for the boot, the unlock and the lock. We're just going to unlock it and go up to the car. Lovely chrome handle again. Pull on that and you can see this is what I consider to be the most desirable interior short of leather. And in fact, leather is not very popular, to be honest with you, but it's each to their own. But this one's got the, this is not leather, this is a pleather kind of thing, a plastic leather. Hard to show you with the shadow, so I'm just going to come in the car and show you on the passenger seat. So you've got this fabulous headrest, which is also the same material as the top of the seat as well, which is this gorgeous creamy kind of pleather, plastic leather, or fleather, fake leather, whatever you want to call it. and then the bottom here, the base of it, is this cloth with this very funky design that's going on it as well. Really lovely condition, this car. It's owned by a family, but they have a proper full-on family 7-seater, so this car is really used as a station runner and just to commute for work. So very rarely do anyone sit in the car other than the driver. The condition is lovely and reflects that. On the driver's seat, there's no wear or tear. The car's never been smoked in or used to carry any pets, so there's no unsightly odours. Can you have an unsightly odour? An unsmelly odour. The funniest thing about this car for me, and this is real Italian Fiat ownership type thing here, are the mats. Very cool looking mats, you're thinking, and you're right to think that. They're very cool looking mats. They're in fact door mats. The car has a very nice set of 4 IKEA door mats. They'll be coming with the car. You can throw them in the bin if you want, but I actually loved them, and I think what a genius idea. The car never came with mats. Why go out and spend all that money on mats? You might as well just pick up some nice IKEA door mats. And I like the style, and really I just like the, you know, the gusto that somebody said, you know what, I'll put mats in it. Door mats. They'll be coming with the car. I love that. Over here we've got some more chrome on the door handles. As I mentioned, it's got electric mirrors. They're controllable here, they're not electrically folding. I'm going to jump in the car and we're going to start it up, and you'll see for yourself it starts first time and is running lovely. Before I start the car, I'll just show you the mileage. 41,191. I said it's done just over 41,000. Let's start the car. So the key just goes in here, give it a turn, and you'll see it starts perfectly. Now the first thing I just want to show you actually here is the temperature gauge does creep up halfway, because we've driven to this point where we're taking the video. The car starts from cold without any issue whatsoever. I just want to make that very, very clear in this video. It's got a lovely trip computer which can be controlled using this little button here that says trip, and if I press that, you'll see that that changes there, and it will tell you the range, and the range currently is 131 miles with that much left in the tank, so just over a quarter of a tank, which is very economical. It also does all the trip distances, average consumptions, all that kind of stuff. Then you've also got this menu button down here. It's worth reading the handbook for this, because yeah, it's just worth reading the handbook for this. I'm not going to go through it all. You've also got a multi-function steering wheel with buttons to control the stereo volume, answer your phone, change the source from CD to AM and FM radio or USB, whatever. The USB is all down here, where you've got this little slidey thing here for the USB, and over here an auxiliary input as well. Slide that back, you can just about make out it says Blue and Me, powered by Microsoft. There you go, that's showing up perfectly now, which is a really cool thing, especially because this has also got Eco Drive, which means you can actually plug in a USB stick and work out how efficiently you're driving in terms of fuel economy. Over here we've also got a power socket. Car's never been smoked in, as I said, and it didn't come with the smoking pack. You've got some cup holders here. You've also got some more little cup holders just back here as well. 5-speed gearbox, a very funky big old snooker ball of a gear knob there, and just here you can see you've got the window controls for the front windows, which are electrically operated. Above that, a little button which you can turn off the start stop should you so wish. The start stop on this means that when you come to a complete standstill, a lot of the time it will cut out the engine completely for you, and it does need to be at temperature. It needs to have a nice ambient outside temperature as well. There's a lot of factors that are involved, but it does make the car more economical. We've also got the air conditioning working here. You can see that light there, and the aircon is working perfectly. It gets cold very, very quickly, does not need regassing. Up here you've got the city button, which just makes the power steering a little bit easier to use when driving at slow speeds. Hazard lights and fog lights, those front fog lights are just there. Stereo controls, it's got a great stereo. Thank you, Coldplay. Can't play much more than that, or else YouTube will charge me a license fee, so I'm not doing that. You've got over here your controls for your lights. Over here, controls for your wipers. Big old Fiat badge here. Lovely touch in here, actually, which I've not mentioned, is you've got this fabulous, and it is gorgeous, color-coded dash with the 500 or the 500 logo on there as well. Chrome trim around the dials for the air conditioning on the edges. And you've got this lovely cream interior upper with the black as well. So it's the dash that you want with this car. None of that black plastic thing going on here. It's all this lovely cream plastics. You've actually got a leather stitched steering wheel though, which is a really lovely touch. And this is a nice leather surround here on the gear lever as well. It's just really, really lovely. I also want to show you here, we've got the sun blind in place. If I just push that though, you can see that slides back and you've got this fabulous expanse of glass, which is tinted. It's just a really, really nice touch. Just lets the cabin fill with light, which is much needed. But obviously if it's a very hot day, you can close that over and just shield yourself from it a little bit. Right, I think that's pretty much it in here in the front. I'm just going to jump out. Let's turn that car off as well. We're not going to drive the car in the video. There's no point. But if you want to do a test drive, then by all means get in touch with us here and we'll be happy to facilitate that for you. We've got a shop in North London in Edgware where you can come and see the car, inspect it, test drive it, and indeed all inspections are welcome. So if you want to get a mechanic to have a look at the car, if you're just not that 100%, then I welcome it, more than welcome it, and I'm absolutely confident that you'll be delighted. So we're just looking in the back. As I said, it's never really been used to sit in by any little humans, and certainly no animals that aren't human. So I'm just showing you here, really tidy, no stains, no marks, not even any impressions from child seats or anything like that. And there are those mats. Just love the mats. It's all about doormats. There you go. There's a trend for the future. Right, let's slide that seat back there. It's a height adjustable seat as well. Should point that out. That was an option. So there we go. I'm going to shut that door there, and I'm going to just now come round to the boot because we're not finished yet. In true Sell Your Car UK style, we show you all of the docks, and in the boot they are lurking. Right, where to begin? Let's start over here. So you've got a very nice little handbook, which actually won't move because it's got Velcro on the back. Clever. But that's a handbook that holds all of the handbooks. We've got them all here, including this quick guide, the big book there for showing you how the car works, then another one here showing you how the stereo works, and then all the way through to this little thing here telling you how the Eco Drive system works using that Microsoft Blue and Me port. We've got, as well as all of those books, the most important book in my opinion, well, if you don't know how to use the car then maybe not, but if you do, is the service book. Now the service history, as I say, is thorough to the point of being, I wouldn't say excessive, but certainly to the point of being amazing. Last service was done at 39,216 miles. The car's now on 41,161. So you're looking at 2,000 miles ago. It gives you an idea as well of the usage of the car. As I say, it's just a station runner. Has been on a couple of long journeys, but nothing really. And as you can see there, it's had the oil and filter change done. And that was done by that guy there, TJ Kunda Limited. And we've got a bill for that as well. Now it is just all handwritten bills, but they are service history. They do act as service history, and you can see here the mileage corresponds with the date, although the actual date, it was 2/3/17. They've obviously just, that's how they do their dates, but it was the 3rd of February, and we know that because it corresponds very nicely with the MOT certificate that was done at the same time. That MOT certificate, you can see, was done on the 3rd of February 2017 at 39,216 miles, 1 mile before that service bill was written, and the same mileage as the stamp in the book. In that MOT, it shows as an advisory, as I said earlier, that the brake pads are wearing thin on the front, near side and off side, so those front pads were changed, and we know so 100% because we have the bill to show it. Other bills going all the way back here, I'm not going to go through it all for you here, and the very first thing we've got here from the previous keeper, with their phone number I just showed you there, data protection, whoops, but the point is that, yeah, that first owner had this car serviced by Fiat. Since then, the current keeper's just done everything through a local garage that he knows and trusts very well, and we've got all of the bills to show it, and we've got as well all of the stamps. If I flick the page this way, we can see we've got stamps going back. So it was serviced in February 2017. It was then serviced before that in December 15. Very few miles done, 5,000 miles in a year. Less than 4,000 miles done between then and that service. That's November 14. October 2013, and if I just pan out, you can get a good idea then of those mileages. If you want to pause the video here, then you can do, and you'll see for yourself. You can do the maths and work out how much this car really does or doesn't get driven. Before those, we were all into Fiat stamps then, and the service here done in October 2012, so again literally a year earlier, and 7,000 or 8,000 almost miles difference between the two, and that was done by Fiat. And then we've got another service here done by the same Fiat in Norfolk Victoria Road, and that was done in October 2011 when the car was 1 year old. Obviously, as I say, registered October 2010, and we can see here the PDI was done at the end of September 2010 in Suffolk, Bury St Edmunds, Desiro Group Fiat. So there we go, we've got all of the service history. It is fantastic, this service history. I'm very pleased with it, and it will give confidence to whoever's buying the car, and I would suggest maintaining it. Old MOT certificates coming with the car, as I said, all the bills as well. Underneath here, I'm going to make a horrible mess of all this lovely documentation now. Underneath here, just to show you, you've got a spare tyre, never been on the car, all the tools, and the locking wheel nut as well. And that is everything. Well, we've got a parcel shelf that's in the car. Sometimes these do go missing. Can you call that a parcel shelf? I mean, it would hold literally a very small parcel, so I suppose you can. Folding seats, they are split folding seats. You can see that down the middle there, that little line, which could be useful, I'm sure. And that is it. That is it. I'm clutching at straws now. I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to make my way around back to the front. So there we have it. What more do you need to know? Well, if there is anything I've missed out, by all means give us a call here. I'll be happy to discuss it with you. We're selling this car on behalf of the current registered keeper through our service here at SellYourCarUK. If you do need finance or warranty, then do have a chat with us about it, or indeed if you've got a car that you'd like to use as part exchange towards the purchase. All these things are possible with us here at SellYourCarUK. But there's only one place that you can get this gorgeous Fiat 500 1.2 Salla. Sorry, Italian people watching. And that is exclusively using the services here at SellYourCarUK. Thanks for watching. That's lovely.